While people work on cleaning the mess left by Power killing the sea cucumber devil, Makima tells her that when public safety kills a civilian hunter's devil, they are guilty of obstructing their business and normally Power would be arrested for that. She tells Power to think more before she acts and to Denji to get her under control. As Power was the blood devil, she has talent using her blood, but she gets worked up easily and maybe isn't cut for being a devil hunter. Hearing that, Power states Denji made her kill the devil, but Denji denies, calling her a liar. The two then start arguing on who is lying. Makima tells them to be quiet and Power immediately stops. Makima then states she wants to see them working well together and Power agrees that they can. Denji buys himself a drink. Power sees a cat and starts petting it. Denji states that buying a drink is a dream come true for him, but if things continue like this, being thirsty will be the least of his problems. And with Power lying, things won't be any easier. Power explains that she enjoys only a cat's company and hates humans. She also hates devils as one of them kidnapped her pet Meowie. Before she could get Meowie back, Makima captured her, and by now Meowie may be dead, but Power refuses to give up hope. If she can get Meowie back, Power is willing to abide humans or whatever else she needs to do. She doubts that Denji can understand her concern for a cat. Denji states it's stupid for a cat, but he will do anything to touch some breasts. However, if it's a dog, he can understand her. Power then suggests he can touch her breasts if she helps him retrieve Meowie. Denji gets pumped up and angry at the devil that kidnapped the poor cat, and as a devil hunter he can't stay quiet and will kill that devil. The two then get approval from the public safety for Power to be able to go out. While they travel towards the devil, Power explains that she knows where the devil is, but only Denji will be able to fight it, as the devil will likely use Meowie as a shield. Denji explains he used to have a pet named Pachita. He can't pet him anymore, but he is fine as he is in his heart. Power states that humans are foolish as that just means that Pachita died and that thing about living in his heart is just miserable self-comfort. Thinking about his goal, Denji decides to not argue with her, but believes he will never get along with her. Makima meets with the higher-ups, who comment that they heard other countries using devils in the military, but they hope that in the future Japan's only enemies will remain to be devils. They ask Makima how her squad is performing. She notes that one seems promising, while another she picked recently seems interesting. They remind her that her job is to raise them and use them for work, so she must not get attached. Afterwards in the car, Aki states that Denji is disgusting and not interesting, and wonders why Makima has high hopes for him. Makima states that all devils are born with names and the more those names are feared, the more powerful the devil becomes. For example, coffee isn't considered very frightening, so a coffee devil would probably be weak. But that's different for a car devil, as it's easy to imagine being run over and dying, so a car devil would probably be strong. She states that Denji can turn into Chainsaw Devil, which seems pretty interesting to her. Aki still isn't sure he will be useful as everyone in public safety has a real goal or motivation, but Denji just wants to live the good life, and even thinks he can be friends with devils. Power and Denji reach the outskirts of the city and Power points to a house, stating the devil who took Meowie is inside. While heading towards the house, Denji hopes he doesn't need to turn into chainsaws, but Power thinks he is joking. As they get close, Denji recalls that the devil will use the cat as a shield and wonders if Power should be this close, since he can see her. Power recalls she did say that, but states she misspoke. At that moment they stop. In an instant she creates a blood hammer. Denji tries to hit her with his axe, but she hits him first and knocks him out. She then notes that for an idiot, his instincts are sharp. Power drags Denji inside the house. A devil tells her that she kept him waiting and he thought she ran away. Power explains it took her a while to regain some freedom and has brought him a human as he demanded. The Bat Devil then picks up Denji, noting that since he is young, his blood will be full of vigor. Denji starts to awaken and the Bat Devil shows him that he lost his arm, which forced him into hiding. Denji doesn't care, But the devil tells him that food shouldn't talk and states that by drinking human blood, he will heal the wounds he got from humans. He lifts Denji above his head and squeezes him, causing him to throw up some blood. However, as he drinks it, the Bat Devil states it is disgusting and throws Denji away. His arm regenerates, but having a bad taste, the Bat Devil wants to cleanse it with another human. Denji looks at Power, who states that humans are foolish and he believed her story. The Bat Devil looks at the city, but dislikes cigarettes, makeup and perfume smell. However, he finds some nice aroma and states he will be eating some children. Power states she brought a human as promised and asks him to release Meowie. Bat Devil recalls he said that, but he hasn't punished her for bringing him nasty blood and then swallows Meowie. Seeing that, Power recalls her days in the wild and how she met Meowie. After killing a bear, she found a barely alive cat and named her Meowie. She decides to fatten her up before eating it. She kept looking after the cat, feeding her and looking towards the day she would eat her. One day, while lying down on the roof of a house and hearing the cat meowing, Power notes that she had killed everything she had ever met, and hearing something that isn't screaming is strange. The Bat Devil then appears and takes Meowie. Injured, he states that he needs blood and if she wants the cat back, she needs to bring him a human. Seeing the Bat Devil swallowing Meowie, Power turns to Denji and tells him she now understands what he feels when he no longer can pet Pachita, and that's an awful feeling. The Bat Devil then takes and swallows her as well. The Bat Devil complains this tasted bad as well and needs to eat some children to feel better. He then flies towards the city, noting that after that he will eat some virgin and as a main course a beefy man, while for a dessert a pregnant woman. At that moment, he notices Denji clinging to his leg and sucking his blood, wanting him to give his breasts back. The devil is surprised to see that and captures Denji. He recalls that one day he woke up and couldn't find Pachita. He looked everywhere for him and feared a devil had eaten him. When he returned home, he found Pachita crying in the corner, waiting for Denji. Feeling relieved, Denji easily fell asleep while holding Pachita. Denji wonders what Power felt when she was trying to sleep, knowing that the devil had Meowie. Denji then pulls the cord on his chest and as the chainsaw comes from his head, he cuts the devil's arms and frees himself, surprising the Bat Devil that he is a devil. The two fall into a building and Denji sees a woman and tells her to run. The Bat Devil wonders why he did it considering he is a devil. Denji punches the devil and starts fighting him. As they fight, he sees other humans and tells them to run. Seeing that, the Bat Devil picks up a car with a human inside and throws it at Denji, wondering if he will cut it. Denji manages to grab the car and hold it, stating that he doesn't care if he saves the dude or not, and throws the car back at the devil, hitting him in the face. The Bat Devil then shoots out a shockwave from its mouth, blowing Denji away. The Bat Devil picks up the human from the car, wanting to eat him and heal. However, he still hears the chainsaws and the smoke and wonders how Denji is still alive. Angry, Denji states he has been patiently waiting, but he still can't cope. The Bat Devil gets scared and throws debris at Denji, telling him to stay away, but Denji just cuts them with his chainsaws. He then attempts to punch Denji, but Denji just cuts his arm and then jumps and kills the Bat Devil, splitting his guts open.